Welcome to Paranormal Files. I'm your host, Paige Carter. In the dead of night, the world holds its breath. A hush falls over the earth as the moon takes reign, casting long, haunting shadows. It's during these quiet, solitary hours that a particular phenomenon seems to occur with unsettling frequency. The hands of the clock creep toward a particular moment. 3:00 a.m. Known to many as the Devil's Hour, this time is steeped in folklore, superstition, and an inexplicable surge in paranormal activity. Take the case of the old Victorian manor in the town of Beckingham, England. A home that has stood for centuries, it's been the site of countless reports of spectral sightings and eerie occurrences, all curiously concentrated around the hour of 3:00 a.m. Residents and visitors alike describe a sudden drop in temperature, the overwhelming sensation of being watched, and chilling apparitions that vanish as quickly as they appear. One account stands out. A young woman, visiting the manor on a stormy night, reported an encounter that would forever change her perception of the unseen world. As the clock struck 3, she awoke to an otherworldly cold permeating the room. In the dim light, she saw a figure, a woman in Victorian-era clothing, staring at her from the foot of the bed. The apparition's eyes, she recounted, were filled with an indescribable sadness before it faded into the darkness. Then there's the tale of the haunted lighthouse in Maine, USA. Its lone keeper spoke of hearing unexplained footsteps ascending the spiral staircase at precisely 3:00 a.m. Some nights, he'd hear a soft, mournful melody, as if someone unseen was playing an ancient piano tune. Despite the isolation and the lack of any musical instrument in the lighthouse, the mysterious music would always begin at the Devil's Hour. But it isn't just confined to these two locations. Around the world, from the narrow alleys of Venice to the sprawling metropolis of Tokyo, accounts of strange occurrences at 3:00 a.m. abound. Unseen whispers, moving shadows, spectral figures, and unexplained phenomena seem to peak at this hour, fueling the mystery and fear surrounding this time. Why does paranormal activity seem to intensify at 3:00 a.m.? What is it about this hour that stirs the unseen world? Is it merely psychological, a trick of the tired mind? Or does the answer lie in some age-old folklore, a forgotten truth buried deep within our collective unconscious? As we delve into these haunting tales and the theories that attempt to explain them, we are left to ponder the mysteries of the night, the unseen, and the unsettling power of the Devil's Hour. The roots of the 3:00 a.m. mystery reach deep into the annals of history, entwining with religious beliefs, cultural traditions, and primitive human fears. The lore surrounding the Devil's Hour began not in one single location or era, but seems to have appeared simultaneously across different regions of the world, as if this peculiar time held a universal significance. In the Christian tradition, 3:00 p.m. is considered a sacred time, believed to be the hour when Christ was crucified. Given the belief in the mocking nature of evil forces, 3:00 a.m., exactly opposite to this holy time, came to be associated with demonic activity. Early Christian texts and scriptures allude to this belief, setting the stage for a tradition that would endure through the ages. In Eastern traditions as well, the hour of 3:00 a.m. holds significance. In Chinese folklore, the hours between 1:00 and 3:00 a.m. are said to be governed by the ox, an animal symbolizing hard work, positivity, and honesty. However, during the ox hour, it is believed that yin energy, associated with darkness and negativity, reaches its peak. Consequently, it's considered an opportune time for ghosts and spirits to be active. In the ancient Celtic tradition, midnight was considered the witching hour, the time when the veil between our world and the spirit world was thinnest, allowing supernatural entities to cross over. Over time, the witching hour shifted to 3:00 a.m. in popular culture, possibly due to the Christian influence. Early accounts of hauntings and spectral sightings often mention the Devil's Hour. The infamous witch trials of the 16th and 17th centuries are rife with accounts of witches and demons being most active during this hour. Numerous historical documents from this period detail the strange activity that occurred at 3 a.m., further cementing the association of this time with the supernatural. From these early beginnings, the lore of the Devil's Hour has endured and evolved, manifesting in tales of hauntings and paranormal phenomena from every corner of the globe. It appears in countless ghost stories and legends, from the eerie lighthouse in Maine to the ancient streets of Venice, contributing to the chilling allure of this mysterious hour. The question remains: why is 3 a.m. so universally associated with the paranormal? The stories and theories are many, each more intriguing than the last, and all imbued with an enduring sense of fear, awe, and the unknown. The enigma of the Devil's Hour is not just a matter of historical accounts or folklore, but a modern-day question that continues to baffle and intrigue. To understand the mystery better, we turn to those who have found themselves tangled in its web: the survivors of hauntings, the investigators and researchers tirelessly seeking answers, and the mediums who claim a deeper connection to the spirit world. In the narrow, winding streets of York, the most haunted city in England, a woman named Eleanor recalls her chilling encounter. She was woken suddenly at 3 a.m. by the chilling sensation of icy fingers brushing against her skin, followed by the sight of a spectral figure at the foot of her bed. Eleanor's account, like so many others, highlights the inexplicably heightened paranormal activity at this hour. Investigators have long been drawn to the mystery of the Devil's Hour. Renowned paranormal researcher Dr. Stella Hughes has documented over 200 cases where hauntings spike at 3 a.m. In her years of study, she's found a consistent pattern of increased electromagnetic activity, unexplained cold spots, and amplified EVP, electronic voice phenomena, recordings at this time. She theorizes that this could be due to the energy dynamics of the Earth at 3 a.m., allowing spirits to manifest more easily. A crucial source of insight into the Devil's Hour comes from the experiences of mediums, those believed to have a unique connection to the spiritual realm. Medium and spiritualist Marianne Silverwood often conducts seances at 3 a.m., claiming that the spirits are most communicative and active during this hour. She describes a heightened sense of awareness, a prickling sensation on her skin, and an overwhelming feeling of unseen presences around her. Law enforcement, too, has stories to tell. Former police officer Tom Jensen recounts numerous calls to disturbances at supposedly haunted locations, usually around 3 a.m. He speaks of one particular case of an old, abandoned mansion where the security alarms would inexplicably go off at this hour, despite no signs of intrusion. Each of these accounts adds another layer to the enigmatic puzzle of the Devil's Hour. They suggest a global, timeless pattern, a mystery that transcends cultural and geographical boundaries. But as we delve deeper into the fear, the awe, and the unknown, the question remains: why does the veil between the living and the dead seem to thin so dramatically at 3 a.m.? These accounts are not mere isolated incidents. They are part of a larger pattern of unexplained events and manifestations that seem to defy conventional explanation. These occur at the stroke of 3 a.m., a time now steeped in dread and mystery, when the unseen world stirs with alarming consistency. Take, for instance, the experiences of the night watchmen who patrol the quiet corridors of old hospitals, asylums, and prisons. They tell of hearing disembodied voices, often whispers or faint cries, echoing through the empty halls. These sounds are not captured on any recording devices or heard by any other persons present, yet the watchmen swear by their experiences, their faces pale with the memory. Next, consider the inexplicable physical disturbances that seem to ramp up at the Devil's Hour. Objects moved or thrown with no one in sight, doors slamming shut of their own accord, lights flickering despite stable electrical conditions. There's the case of the Stanford Mansion, where the grand piano in the empty music room was heard playing a haunting melody at 3 a.m., a melody unrecognized by any who heard it, and one that could not be traced to any known composition. Then there are the sightings. These are not merely shadows at the corner of the eye, but full-bodied apparitions, often clothed in period attire, appearing and disappearing at will. Most chilling are the accounts of spectral entities interacting with the physical world. There's the tale of the phantom chef of the Old Town Inn, a spectral figure seen preparing meals in the kitchen at 3:00 a.m. Innkeepers report finding food ingredients scattered and utensils displaced, suggesting a spectral culinary preparation. Finally, we cannot ignore the psychic phenomena that seem to peak at 3:00 a.m. Reports of vivid dreams or nightmares at this hour are common, as are instances of sleep paralysis, where individuals awake to find themselves unable to move or speak, often accompanied by the sensation of an ominous presence in the room. Even more perplexingly, some individuals claim to receive uncanny premonitions or messages from beyond at this hour, information they could not have known otherwise. All these occur with startling regularity at 3:00 a.m., a time now infused with a sense of the uncanny and the supernatural. The eerie voices in the night, the spectral sightings, the chilling physical disturbances, the psychic impressions, they all come together to form a tapestry of mystery and fear, a pattern that suggests a heightened connection between our world and the unseen realm at the devil's hour. But what lies behind this pattern, and why it occurs specifically at this hour, remains enigmatically elusive. Scientific minds have attempted to pierce the murky veil of the devil's hour, offering explanations grounded in the physical world. Some theories have found tentative footholds, yet none have fully traversed the chasm between the natural and the supernatural. One such theory concerns our biological rhythms. The human body operates on a circadian cycle, a roughly 24-hour internal clock that informs our sleep-wake cycles, among other physiological processes. At around 3:00 a.m., the body is in its deepest state of rest. It's suggested that our heightened sensitivity to disturbances during this period could explain the surge in paranormal experiences. Yet, this theory fails to explain the physical disturbances and apparitions witnessed by those awake at this hour, or the spectral chef preparing meals in the Old Town Inn. An offshoot of the circadian rhythm theory involves the sleep disorder known as sleep paralysis. This condition, often occurring in the early hours of the morning, involves a temporary inability to move or speak upon waking. Hallucinations, a common symptom, could account for some of the sightings and sensations reported. However, this explanation falls short when it comes to the consistency of experiences and the shared details among unrelated individuals. The spectral chef, again, defies this explanation. Another theory delves into the realm of infrasound. These low-frequency sound waves, often undetectable to the human ear, can cause feelings of unease, dread, and even hallucinations. Some researchers suggest that natural or man-made sources of infrasound could be responsible for the devil's hour experiences. However, this theory stumbles when confronted with the physical evidence left behind by spectral entities. Infrasound cannot scatter food ingredients or play an untraceable melody on a grand piano. Lastly, some skeptics attribute the devil's hour phenomenon to confirmation bias, suggesting that people are more likely to notice and remember experiences that align with their existing beliefs or expectations about this particular hour. Yet this theory does not account for the countless experiences of those with no prior knowledge or expectations of the devil's hour. In the cold light of logic, these theories offer intriguing possibilities, yet none fully illuminate the shadowy enigma of the devil's hour. Each explanation, when held up against the sheer diversity and intensity of the phenomena reported, reveals its own set of cracks and fissures. The spectral entities, the physical disturbances, the psychic phenomena, they all resist easy classification, persisting, instead, in the realm of the unexplained. Human belief, fear, and folklore undeniably influence the perception of the devil's hour phenomenon. These intangible elements, as much a part of our existence as the physical world, shape the narratives we construct to make sense of the unexplainable. Across cultures and throughout history, midnight has been perceived as a time of magic and mystery. For millennia, the darkest hours of the night, particularly the period around 3:00 a.m., have been laden with supernatural significance. The ancient Romans, for instance, divided the night into 4 watches, the last of which ended at the first light of dawn. This final watch was considered a time of heightened supernatural activity, a belief echoed in countless other cultures. In modern Western folklore, the Devil's Hour, often referred to as the witching hour, is steeped in eerie tales and superstitions. It's seen as a time when the veil between the physical and spiritual world is at its thinnest, allowing entities from the other side to interact with our world more freely. The collective fear and anticipation attached to this hour inevitably shape our interpretation of any unusual occurrences during this time. Psychological factors also play a significant role in how we perceive and interpret these events. When faced with the unknown, our minds attempt to fill in the gaps, often resorting to the narratives we've absorbed from our cultural environments. Consequently, an unexplained noise or movement in the middle of the night is more likely to be interpreted as a spectral visitation rather than a random event. Furthermore, the fear and anxiety associated with the Devil's Hour could enhance our sensitivity to any perceived anomalies. This heightened state of alertness, combined with the natural human tendency to seek patterns and meaning, could contribute to the interpretation of mundane occurrences as supernatural phenomena. Still, while our beliefs, fears, and cultural narratives undeniably influence our perceptions, they don't fully account for the breadth and depth of the Devil's Hour phenomena. The consistency of experiences, the physical evidence, and the shared details among unrelated individuals across cultures and time all suggest that something more is at play. The psychological and cultural interpretations, although compelling, still leave many questions unanswered. As much as they provide a framework for understanding the Devil's Hour, they simultaneously underscore the enigma. They remind us of the complex tapestry of human perception, a tapestry intricately woven with threads of belief, fear, and folklore, but also with strands of the inexplicable. The Devil's Hour, it seems, continues to elude definitive understanding, dwelling, instead, in the realm of mystery and the unexplained. To delve deeper into the mysteries of the Devil's Hour, it is essential to consider perspectives that reach beyond the physical world, into the metaphysical and spiritual realms. These perspectives often draw from ancient wisdom and esoteric knowledge, proposing that the phenomena associated with the Devil's Hour are not mere figments of a fearful imagination, but are the manifestations of otherworldly entities or forces. Central to many spiritual understandings is the belief in the existence of spirits, beings of energy that inhabit the non-physical dimensions of the universe. These entities, it is said, are more capable of influencing our world during the Devil's Hour due to the thinning of the veil separating our physical reality from the spiritual realm. This thinning allows for the energy of these entities to interact more directly with our world, resulting in the spectral apparitions, poltergeist activity, and other paranormal phenomena often reported during this time. Adding to this, some esoteric traditions suggest that the Devil's Hour is a time of heightened spiritual energy, a period when the universe's vibrational frequency is at its peak. This increased vibrational energy might provide a conduit for interdimensional beings to breach the boundaries between their realm and ours, allowing for more frequent and more potent encounters. The concept of energy imprints offers another possible explanation. It posits that intense emotional events can leave an energetic residue that replays itself under certain conditions. These energy imprints, or ghosts, can manifest as sounds, shadows, or even full apparitions. The heightened sensitivity of both the living and the dead during the Devil's Hour might provide the necessary conditions for these imprints to become perceptible. Then there is the theory of otherworldly consciousness. the idea that the devil's hour serves as a gateway for forms of consciousness that exist outside our conventional understanding. These might include cosmic intelligences or collective unconscious energies that are able to permeate our world more easily during this time. These spiritual and metaphysical perspectives, while not providing definitive answers, offer intriguing possibilities. They suggest that the devil's hour is more than a product of cultural narratives or psychological phenomena, but a real and potent time when the boundaries of our physical world become porous, allowing for interactions with the unknown. They propose that the eerie occurrences and unexplained phenomena might be manifestations of realities beyond our everyday comprehension, glimpses into the profound mystery that is our universe. The narrative of the devil's hour endures and evolves in contemporary times, weaving its way through modern culture and technology. The chilling allure of this spectral hour has remained a magnet for ghost hunters, paranormal investigators, and thrill seekers alike, all seeking to unravel the mystery of the 3:00 a.m. phenomenon. Advancements in technology have transformed the way we approach these investigations. Infrared cameras, electromagnetic field detectors, and digital voice recorders have all become tools of the trade in the quest to document the inexplicable. The internet is rife with purported evidence of hauntings, spectral recordings, and eerie images, much of which is reportedly captured during the devil's hour. These digital artifacts stimulate intrigue and fear, with the haunting hour of 3:00 a.m. often being cited as the time of occurrence. Stories of renewed hauntings, too, continue to emerge, each with their unique stamp on the devil's hour narrative. Abandoned hospitals, old houses, and historic sites around the world report increased paranormal activity during this time. Witnesses describe shadows flitting past, strange noises, inexplicable cold spots, and even full-body apparitions. The common thread in these accounts is the timing. They almost invariably occur around the mystifying hour of 3:00 a.m. Noteworthy is the case of the Eastern State Penitentiary, a former prison in Philadelphia, USA. It is often reported as one of the most haunted locations in the world, with numerous accounts of chilling paranormal activity that spikes during the devil's hour. Sightings of shadowy figures, disembodied laughter, and the eerie echoing of footsteps have all been reported, casting a shroud of mystery over this historical site. In England, the ancient Ram Inn, known as one of the most haunted buildings in the country, has a long history of unexplained phenomena, particularly during the devil's hour. Visitors have reported seeing apparitions, hearing strange noises, and even being pushed or touched by unseen hands. The inn's history is steeped in tales of demonic possession and witchcraft, which some believe may contribute to the intense paranormal activity reported. In modern times, the devil's hour remains a focal point for those drawn to the paranormal. The advent of technology has only fueled the fascination, enabling us to probe deeper and document more, yet the mystery endures. The phenomena reported during this hour continue to challenge our understanding of reality, pushing the boundaries of what we deem possible. The devil's hour, it seems, continues to be a gateway to the unknown, a portal into the enigmatic realm of the supernatural that exists just beyond the veil of our everyday world. As we delve deeper into the enigma of the devil's hour, we delve into some of the more fringe theories and controversial ideas surrounding this mysterious phenomenon. These unconventional perspectives offer intriguing, albeit challenging, viewpoints on the devil's hour, each one exploring new and often uncharted territories in the paranormal landscape. One such theory postulates that the spike in hauntings during the devil's hour is a result of clandestine government experiments. This perspective suggests that government entities might be conducting covert research into the paranormal, harnessing the supernatural energy associated with the devil's hour. The rise in activity could be a side product of these experiments, with the energy manipulated during this time inadvertently stoking the fires of the supernatural. Then there are the theories that involve time slips, a controversial concept that suggests people or objects can spontaneously shift through time. Proponents of this theory suggest that the Devil's Hour may act as a temporal rift, a window that facilitates these unexpected leaps into the past or future. The haunting phenomena experienced could be echoes of other times seeping into our present, overlapping realities that create a tapestry of inexplicable occurrences. Another fringe theory revolves around the idea of portals. It poses that the Devil's Hour might be a time where the veil between our world and other dimensions is at its thinnest. The hauntings experienced could be manifestations of non-human entities crossing over through these interdimensional doorways. These beings, some suggest, might be from parallel universes or even higher dimensions that exist beyond human comprehension. Lastly, there are those who believe that non-human intelligence might be at play. Extraterrestrial or interdimensional entities could be utilizing the Devil's Hour as a time to interact with our world. These entities might be responsible for the unexplained phenomena that occur during this hour, their advanced capabilities leading to experiences that we perceive as paranormal. These theories, while controversial, all seek to explain the baffling enigma of the Devil's Hour. Each one pushes the boundaries of our understanding, challenging the confines of the known and opening doors to the unknown. They underscore the enduring mystery of the Devil's Hour, a mystery that continues to ignite the imagination and provoke the fear of the unknown that lies at the heart of every haunting. As the sands in the hourglass of the Devil's Hour slip away, the shadows of the unexplained lengthen, casting an indelible mark on the minds of those who dare to venture into the unknown. The theories, as varied and complex as they are, offer a myriad of possibilities, each one more intriguing than the last. Yet, as the last echoes of the Devil's Hour fade into the dawn, one can't help but wonder, what truly happened here? And could it happen again? The enigma of the Devil's Hour, the spike in supernatural occurrences that seem to defy logic and reason, remains largely unresolved. Each theory, like a piece of a complex jigsaw puzzle, adds to the picture, but the image remains incomplete. The time slips, the portals, the non-human intelligence, these are all intriguing possibilities, but they remain just that, possibilities. The tangible evidence, the definitive proof that would once and for all lift the veil of mystery shrouding the Devil's Hour, remains elusive. The haunting phenomena that have been reported during this hour, as chilling as they are fascinating, suggest that there is more to our world than what meets the eye. The spectral apparitions, the unexplained noises, the sudden drops in temperature, these occurrences stir up feelings of fear and awe, inviting us into a world that lies just beyond the periphery of our understanding. Each haunting is a testament to the power of the unknown, a chilling reminder that there are realms beyond our comprehension that we are yet to explore. The Devil's Hour, with its eerie quiet and heightened paranormal activity, confronts us with the reality of our ignorance. It serves as a reminder that there are forces at play in our world that we do not fully understand. Far from being a cause for despair, this realization can serve as a catalyst for exploration and discovery. It challenges us to push the boundaries of our understanding, to question the known, and to venture into the unknown. As the clock strikes 4, signaling the end of the Devil's Hour, the world returns to normal, or at least what we perceive as normal. The unexplained phenomena recede into the shadows, leaving behind a trail of questions that remain unanswered. What truly happened during the Devil's Hour? What forces were at play? And most importantly, could it happen again? The answers to these questions remain shrouded in mystery, as elusive as the spectral apparitions that haunt the Devil's Hour. Yet, as the sun rises and the world awakens to a new day, one thing remains certain. The Devil's Hour, with its haunting allure and unsolved mysteries, will continue to intrigue, terrify, and fascinate. As long as the clock ticks and the world turns, the enigma of the Devil's Hour will endure, a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lie in the heart of the night. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of Paranormal Files. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, gain access to bonus content, and unlock our full library of podcasts, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.